Welcome, everyone. This is Christy Warnick. I am a spiritual, intuitive, and energy healer, and I am here today with Unity Grace, and we're going to be exploring with her just what's going on inside, like within and all around us. And so she's going to be talking with us about that, sharing with us. And so I want to invite you at this time to share this out with any groups or pages. And I'm going to do the same. So in Unity, if you have any place you want to share this out to at this time, feel free to do so. And I'm just going to pull up the live video here and make sure that we are, yep, we've got some people joining us now. So hello, everyone that's coming on. Thank you all for joining us. And we're just taking a minute to share this out. And like I said, it just takes just a few minutes or even just a minute, really. All right. And okay. All right. So Unity, go ahead and get us started with letting people know about yourself. You're new here to the Akashic Academy, so welcome. And we're so happy to have you here, and everyone's been excited. Obviously, having new guests is always a exciting time around here. So, yeah, tell us a little bit about yourself, and also what you're going to be sharing with us today. We'd love to hear about that.
All right. Well, Christy, it's so nice to connect with you and
yes.
to just your lovely presence and feel your energy. Thank you so much for connecting with me and inviting me to participate, and all the beautiful guests. You be connecting in these amazing circles right now, because that's really what is happening for all of us on Earth at this time. It's about the connectivity now of groups, of fractals, and everyone is being organized by source into a higher octave. And so it really is about a time of gathering. It's about a time of relationship and relationships, and the intimacy that we hold in our relationships. It's about being able to get beneath the veneer of who we've been so far, because that's really been a shell on the surface of the seed of what is germinating for all of humanity now, which is unity consciousness. And so the most beautiful thing to me to witness right now is that reorganization of the consciousness. So many people are releasing that concept of the self and longing for connection with the soul family or the spirit groups, the pods, and so on. And I think that's one of the most magical things to be witnessing right now, and to be a part of ourselves. I just finished a weekend retreat here in Victoria, British Columbia, and it was very magical. So
yeah, saw that. Yeah,
and my work on the planet has been with the grids, the ley lines, humanity's DNA, and the dissolving of the veils, and showing scientifically what this really means, bringing sort of a scientific piece to the validity of the parting of the seas, the dissolving of this world as we know it, and walking into the new earth that we've all been creating in our dream time, and so on. So. That's kind of a little bit of an introduction about me.
All right. Yeah, you've been very busy here lately. So I'm so happy that that you were able to join me here today. So so what is it? I know you do the love streams. I know you've been really busy with those. So so let us know today what it is that you're sharing, and really the message that you want to get out there. Yeah, because like I said, this community is so open and welcoming, and so I would love for you to just share with them, your message and what you've been, what you've been doing and putting out there, and the work that you've been doing.
Okay, cool. So my nature is Oracle, and what that means is it's a direct message. It's a direct messenger. And I always share that I was born on a new moon, exactly at the new moon, the time of the new moon, with 10 planets in Virgo. So when astrologers look at the chart, they always say, well, at the new moon is a messenger of spirit because there's no sun to reflect the chart. And Virgo ruled by Mercury, the messenger, 10 planets in Virgo. So it's just like a direct messenger. And so a lot of my journey, probably about 8 years ago, was learning to give my voice back to spirit. So I don't channel. It's just a direct messenger, and I say that it's coded languaging that comes through me. So I never change the codes coming through because the transmission comes in the space between the words. So I personally don't really have a message. What happens is in gathering, or when a person shows up, or if we're collecting as a group here, there's viewers that are joining us, and you and I are here. So then spirit starts reading into the field, and what I say to people is, it's kind of like we're all library books, and each one of us holds a different field of information. And so then as we begin to gather, the spirit begins to look at which library books have shown up in the library. And it's kind of like what's coming through me is like a lead librarian who has a really good understanding of the books in the library and can then just synthesize it down to small bits and bytes of information called parables or metaphors. And so I always say that I work best with questions when people ask questions, because that's when the information begins to come through. And I, the little me here, is also learning and receiving when the message is coming through. So if I were to tune into what is our communal message of the day, I mean, the first thing I'm seeing is the word love, because that is what is birthing within the inner conscience of humanity. And it's not the love as we've known love to be. It's a different love. It's called universal love. And ascension is a textbook process. It's a mechanical thing. And so the way that mechanical process works is, the way that the textbook process works is that we go through all these different initiatic stages. And so there's all these different aspects of our bodies. We have the physical body and the mental body and the emotional body and the causal body, the Buddhic body, the monadic body, the atmic body. So the kind of love that we're birthing into now is called universal love. Mm-hmm. That's a big leap from the causal to the Buddhic body. And in order to make that leap, the soul body dissolves. So what this means, and being on the Akashic network, it's really an appropriate piece to share, because the Akash, as we know, is the library of all that has occurred, everything that's been spoken, and so on and so on. It's the database of the earth plane. And what happened on the 10th of May, 2017, is that the causal body of the earth dissolved away, meaning the soul. The soul is a vehicle. It's a structure that contains and holds all of the highest frequency aspects of the spirit each time it incarnates. The rest falls away. The idea of returning with karma to resolve is not really an accurate description, because when we return to the earth, we're actually returning with the highest aspects that are held in the soul. The rest is washed away. And so on the 10th of May, 2017, that soul, that vehicle of the earth plane dissolved away. And it dissolved away for all of humanity as well, which meant the aspects of the I as self dissolved away. And we took a leap into universal love. That's the Buddhic awakening. And so that's why all of the prophecies of the indigenous said we would have to let go of the edge of the river. And what that meant was let go of everything we know ourselves to be, let go of our personalities, let go of the life that we're living, let go of the structure that we know our existence to be. And the reason for that is because as we move into universal love, this is what allows a collective consciousness to ascend in higher planes. Not individual ascension, but collective ascension. And for that to occur, the collective consciousness must take that leap into a different vibration of love. And that vibration of love has the consciousness reorient itself from the individual I love of I love my children and I love my husband and I love my personal life to I love and experience love in a blade of grass the same way I experience love in myself and the same way I experience my love with my partner and my children. And this is a very big reorientation of the consciousness. So I say that we're in a car, we're driving down a linear road, and all of a sudden that car turns into a spinning gyroscope. It becomes this interdimensional vehicle, but we're still driving down the road thinking that we're going straight down the road. And so the whole consciousness must reorient itself to the universal love stream. And that's what's occurring at this time. And the beauty of it is that we're taking a quantum leap into the cosmic wash, which is the tree of life, the many branches, the many mansions. And we're taking the leap collectively. And this is a great celebration. It's a great achievement for a collective group to achieve. It's like when the single-celled organisms became amoebas. They reorganized from single orientation into the orientation of a much larger organism that then had a completely different experience and different requirements and so on. So that's really where we're at right now, and it's happening in this eclipse cycle that we're going through. We had an eclipse on Friday. We have one on the 27th, 28th, and one on the 11th of August. And so this is the massive reorientation. And the beauty of it is that our masculine energy is finally free to rise and unify with the Sophionic energy. And we can jump into that a little bit more. But this is the rise of the 13th aeon of the Sophia. And everyone is feeling it, and we're seeing it beautifully expressed in what's happening with the masculine right now. Those who are in masculine bodies and our own masculine energy and physical feminine bodies, but we're seeing a unique and new expression coming through those in masculine bodies right now. It's very profound.
Mm-hmm. And I had a couple of questions here for you that have been sent in. Someone says, I'm working on, and let's see, removing my all with breathing. Are there any other techniques that you recommend? Like, I guess, with just removing or, whatever it is that's coming up to let go of.
Yeah, it's such a great question. Once again, the body is the best technology ever created. And I say that we left the owner's manual behind. So it's just about learning how to run the body's energy again. And to understand that the Kundalini is coiled at the base of the spine. When the Kundalini activates, when it is running properly, then we have information to the entire digital library in form. And that's called awakened or enlightened. So what we want to know is that we have to move that energy up. We have to start pumping it in some way. Breath, muscles are the best and most simplest way to do it. The process of Bikram's yoga is particularly designed for the ascension of the Kundalini and to have the entire physical body running in, prime order, prime frequency. Bikram's is specifically designed to work with the whole endocrine system, the pineal gland, and be rising that Kundalini, because in Bikram, we're squeezing all those intrinsic muscles. When you do the breath, you're squeezing everything in and up. And so a person I refer to all the time when I'm sharing is Dr. Joe Dispenza, who's been teaching these kinds of breath work as well. in all of his events, and he gets everyone breathing together. When we have everyone breathing together, that's coded in our 37 gene as Christ consciousness. It's described by Richard Rudd in the book of Gene Keys that the Christ vision of the family, the unified family of Earth, was that it occurs through the breath. So when we gather and we breathe together, then we're unifying even in a more collective way. So what Joe teaches is about working with the perineum, that base of the spine, right in the center column of our body, and squeezing those intrinsic muscles, pulling the breath up through the centers of the body, pulling it into the head, pulling it to the top of the head, and holding the breath, and allowing ourselves to hold the breath longer than is comfortable, to feel the pressure build in the head. Because when the pressure builds in the head, it's knocking on the door of the pineal gland. And for most of us, the pineal needs to be reawoken. It's filled with little crystals called piezoelectric crystals. And those have kind of gotten solidified, or the pineal's been crusted over. So the crystals aren't really moving much, but they sit in liquid. So when we squeeze all those internal muscles and we practice drawing the breath up through the central channel and then allowing ourselves to feel that little bit of pressure in the head and holding the breath for an extended period of time, it knocks on the door. And then when we release the breath, it lets go and we feel this euphoric feeling. That's the beginning of serotonin activation of neurotransmitters that actually begin to activate our auric field in the way that it's supposed to operate. So if you think of it like milking a cow, that's what we're doing with the cerebral spinal fluid. It's liquid, and we want to milk that liquid, so then we release the breath, and then we do it again, release, and do it again, hold, release, so that we're pumping that cerebral spinal fluid up the spine. And as we do it more and more, like building the muscle, it's strengthening the muscle so that it creates an induction field. Now the cerebral spinal fluid is used to running up the central channel, and as we achieve this flow of energy, what happens is that it opens the crown, and once the crown opens, the crown begins to draw universal cosmic energy back into the body, and then we have a toroidal field. Listen, here me talks about the toroidal field. And so it's a dual torus. Now we have energy rising up and energy coming down, and they unify in the heart. There's a singularity in the heart, and those two fields begin to unify in the heart. And then the heart method shows us that the heart is the largest electromagnetic field of the body. This is heart intelligence, and the heart begins to emanate forth the signal and the intention. When we have all of this energy coming up through the heart, unifying through the heart, it's called twin flame physics. That's where our masculine and feminine energy unifies in the heart. The earth has a masculine dragon light and a feminine dragon energy lines, and many, many energy lines on the earth. But the massive ones, the main ones, are called the rainbow serpent lines. And so we want to unify those lines within us, unify them through the heart. Once that energy is unified in the heart, it becomes a singular stream of energy, goes up through the crown, pulls the energy back in. And now all of our thoughts are higher frequency thoughts. Why? Because the energy is no longer sitting coiled at the base of the spine in the lower three chakras. This is all called the sixth initiation, and Richard Rudd explains it in the Gene Keys. But it's about giving back the lower nature to the higher self to become the higher emanation we are meant to be. So that's just a little description of the mechanics of how this all connects together in different ways. And once that heart field is once these toroidal fields are connected, the heart field emanates much, much further outside of the body. Now we are sending our signal further out, but it is a signal that is connected to universal love consciousness. And we begin to draw back effortlessly to us higher vibrational experiences, events, people, things. And that's how we create a new earth.
Yeah, and that's wonderful. I had one more quick thing, if we can answer this quickly, so that we can get to your process. It just said that Nancy Louise asks, it says, Unity, I read that you are carrying bundles. It says, for which tribe, and can you explain so others know what that means?
Yeah, that's such a good question. I'm just going to take a little drink.
Yeah, and someone mentioned that they were having a little difficulty hearing you well, so.
Oh, okay. Does it sound clear for you?
Yeah, it's okay for me. A little muffled at times, but I mean, I can hear you though.
Oh, okay. It could be my internet, so just let
Yeah.
me know.
Yeah, it sounds good right now.
Okay, cool. So the bundles that I carry, so different, even a personal person can have their own bundles. Bundles are sacred items and carried, to ceremony in a sacred way. So I carry a variety of bundles. The one that I speak of all the time is the Star Knowledge bundles, and usually I have them and I hold them up. But I just brought them all to the event on the weekend, and I'm unpacking that. There's Kat Miller. Aloha, Kat. The bundles that I'm carrying for the Star Knowledge family are books, and they're symbols. And you can go to the Star Knowledge website. They also have a Facebook page. You can Google Chief Golden Light Eagle. He does lots of amazing YouTubes. And the Star Knowledge bundles are 52,000-year-old symbols.
Oh, wow.
That Dakota brought through in long periods of sweat and fasting. And they came through in the 90s. So those bundles are sacred symbols that we draw on the earth. And what they explained was that as we work with the symbols are telling the earth we're ready to go through ascension. So I started carrying those bundles in 2014. And because I was walking the earth praying with water, and I started drawing those symbols into the earth, and working with the symbols themselves. The other bundles I've carried crystals. I carry my sacred water, which is part of the bundles that were given to me originally in 2014. One of my elders, Marshall Golden Eagle Jack of the Paiute, was trained to work with water from the time that he was 6 years old, and his bundles and he's worked with the 13 grandmothers a lot. And so when I was carrying the Star Knowledge bundles, I was asked to carry them to Israel in 2014 to the Dome of the Rock, or the Holy Mount, in Israel at the time of the Grand Cardinal Cross. So I was given water that was blessed by the grandmothers, and rose quartz crystals as well, and then all the sacred symbols from the Star Knowledge bundles. And then I've been asked to carry other personal bundles as well on behalf of specific elders that I include in my bundles. But and a lot of the gatherings that I've been on have been on Chumash land in Santa Barbara and so on. So the main bundles have been the crystals, the Star Knowledge bundles, and of course the water. And the water I exchange as I go around the earth and interface with different bodies of water. I always leave 13 drops, take 13 drops, and move the water around the world. So the water is really the earth's bundle, and it carries information, and moving that information from one water source to another. And that's what the Waitaha, which is spelled Waitaha, Some of the oldest shamans on the earth, the Waitaha, were water carriers, and they moved water around the earth to maintain harmony. So my water is a very sacred part of my abundance.
Yeah, water is it's very programmable. I work with that as well. And also I love working with symbols and different and learning about those. So it's very interesting. Did you have something that you wanted to share with the viewers and everyone here and even on the replay, like some kind of process that will help them through this time or to connect more with these changes that are going on to be able to be more like harmonious with those even?
Yeah, it's such a great question. So one thing that I share with everyone everywhere I go is this. If we're stressed out and you want to feel better, simply cross your ankles, cross your wrists, clasp your hands. I'm trying to hold my computer up here. If I can do this. Clasp your hands like.
Yeah, is it kind of like this?
Got it. Thank you, Christy.
Yeah, I've done that before. Yeah. Okay, so
Close.
you cross your wrist and then you just reach around and you connect your fingers.
You got it.
Yeah.
And your ankles. Then
Yeah.
just rest your hands on your lap. Close your eyes and deep breathe until you feel a shift. So let's just, first of all, right now, so this is a great little process. Best tool anyone can ever have. So all of the listeners, everyone check in right now. Just check in on how we're all feeling right now. So each person check in personally and just come up with a word, whether it's I feel great or I feel stressed or whatever it is, just a word. And then on a scale of 0 to 10, rate where you are on that scale, 0 being neutral, 10 being extreme. So I'm super stressed, it would be 10. I'm super happy would be 10. I'm not stressed, I'm feeling more relaxed would be getting closer to a 0. So it depends on what your emotion
Mm-hmm.
where you're at. Okay, so you rate it. Now we just take a moment, go into the process, clasp our hands, close our eyes, cross our ankles, and deep breathe until we feel a shift. Once we feel the shift, open our eyes.
Yeah, I feel like it's tingling like right in my temples.
Cool.
Yeah.
So we uncross the ankles now, we uncross the wrists, and now we want to hold all the fingertips together in a triangle, like all the fingertips touching. Yeah. Just until you have a sense that you're grounded back in this moment in time and space, eyes open for this part because you want to, this is about landing back in the mothership. Just until you have a sense that you're locked back in. And then rate yourself again on that scale of 0 to 10.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It connects both hemispheres of the brain. It releases some serotonin. And this is the best ice. This is a muscle strengthener. Use it over and over and over. You can use it 1,000,000 times a day. Once we have a tool, it is only a choice not to use it.
Right.
It's a tool on the planet, and no one can take it away.
Right. I love adding to my toolbox. I have many tools that I use, and I'm just guided to use whichever ones are best at that time. But I do believe that they can all work together harmoniously. That's someone saying that they love this so much. But yeah, so we're about done with our time here. So how can people get in touch with you? Like what is it that you offer, like that they can get in touch with you to receive additional support or help in any way? So what do you suggest with that or recommend?
You bet. I don't have a website. I just, if people are interested in sessions, I do private sessions.
Okay.
The website or the email address is simply love and miracles, and is spelled A-N-D. Peace, love, and
So
miracles.
peace, love, and miracles.
Yeah, and I'll just type it in here. Peace, love, and miracles at gmail.com.
Okay, I'll put it up here too.
Okay, thanks.
Love and miracles. I love that.
And
Gmail. Okay. I'll just pop it up on the screen there. That's how you can email Unity. Peace, love, and miracles at gmail.com.
Yeah,
and,
so I do private sessions. I do tons of love streams to get messages out. So my Facebook page, Unity Grace, go there. Yeah, it's really working for people. And also I started a page. Some beautiful women started it for me because they love the transmissions, called Unity Transmissions. So all the transmissions that I've been doing, the love streams, are on that page. You can go and like that page. And find and just mark yourself down so you get notification when a love stream is coming on. Yeah, and I just am starting. Because my work has been on the grids nonstop for 8 years. Now is the time to start doing workshops and retreats and that sort of thing. So I'm going to be doing a lot of that in the next while. So stay tuned on my Unity Grace page for that as well. And yeah, those are the best ways to get in touch. And I'm getting thousands of messages a day right now. So peace, love, and miracles at Gmail is a new account. Probably the best way to communicate that way for people interested in sessions.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. And I just want to, at the end of every show, I do an accelerator image. I send out the energies of it. And today I was guided to do, this is Palladian Healing Crown, and it enhances healing capacity and gifts. And these are by Brian DeFlores of LightQuest International. They're very interesting, very powerful yet gentle. So this one looks like this. This is Palladian Healing Crown, enhances healing capacity and gifts. So I'm going to send out the energies of this to anyone that chooses to receive. I'm just going to send out those frequencies, those energies, and to help with grounding as well. That came up today. Balance sense, stability and grounding. And this one's very beautiful. The flowers and everything on there. So I'm going to send out the energies of these to everyone as well. And I have a new Facebook friend that I've recently met through, it's called Coach the World. And he was a kind of I saw him on their Facebook page. So we became Facebook friends, but he's been sharing out the videos. So I want to thank him by offering a remote lightwave session. And that his name is Jeffrey Sowers. And so I'll put that in the comments as well to offer that to him if he chooses to receive that. So I just want to thank you all and just invite you all to continue to share out these messages, these techniques, processes, any type of energies that get sent out. These videos get infused with these energies so they stay there from, always. I mean, they're always there. And I have a whole YouTube channel full of them. And so you can always go there to watch any and all replays. This will be there on replay as well. And so I just want to thank everyone that shares out. It's very important. And also, Awaken the Warrior, Yves LeBlanc, he will be on later this afternoon. So be sure to check that out. And also join the membership here at the Akashic Academy. And we have a website now. So it's theakashicacademy.com. So go there and check that out. You can sign up for the Akashic Academy magazine. You can look into the membership. There's all kinds of things there. So go there and check that out and see what that's all about. There's so much available there. There's actually, just some downloads there as well, some free stuff. But go there and check that out. Be sure to join the membership if you're not already. You get additional support, additional videos, ceremonies like the new moon, full moon ceremonies each month. Emily Harrison and Coach Nick, they both do shows throughout the week. there every week. So it's just additional. It's kind of like a special membership. So it's very, I found it to be very enlightening, very supportive group. And so, and I just want to thank Unity for all that she does. She's always doing videos. She's on with Todd Medina a good bit. He's going to be a guest here in a few weeks. So yeah, and that's kind of how I found Unity actually. So I just want to thank him, and I look forward to having him on the show. Our own Rena Dwelly from here at the Akashic Academy, the Rainbow Bridge. She's going to be here with me next Tuesday. So be sure to join us for that, talking about diamond dowsing and all kinds of things. So, and hopefully Unity, you and I can maybe collaborate some more, either through Lightworkers Roundtable or something else. We'd love to have you on. So I'll be in touch with you with that. And I just want to thank everyone again for joining us, everyone for sharing out, and be sure to join me every Tuesday, same time, same place here at the Akashic Academy. And it gets shared out to all different pages and groups from there. So yeah, so I will see you all again next week. And again, thank you, Unity. And I'm sure we'll be seeing you again too sometime soon, okay?
Thank you so much, Christy, and to all of you. I'm so honored.
Yes, thank you. All right, everyone, have a great day.
Bye.